days of legend, gods and kings would challenge one another for such things as government of men, their loyalty, their love, their tributes, their prosperity. The arrogance of all those kings of old would lead them to decisions rash and bold. So, for your entertainment, we will relate the story of a king and tell his fate. So hark, attend and listen to the tale of Barbarigmus, king of Golden Vale. Resplendent in his majesty and might, this valiant monarch.
What the Lord of shite!
Who dares to contradict our tale so true? Who is this ancient fool?
Bartholomew!
Bartholomew's a name we recognize, and here you stand before our very eyes. A famous jester, so it has been said. To tell the truth, we thought you were dead.
I'm still around and longer yet I last, to set the record straight about the past. I hear these blown up stories everywhere. They're just not true. I know because I was there.
In ancient books of legends we have seen accounts of this old joker so obscene. He clowned for many kings in olden days. We wouldn't trust a single word he says.
And who the feck are you to call me names? And doubt my story too? I don't play games. I may be an old fool, but not a hack. What I says is not bull, so don't talk back.
Ooh, forgive us for our doubt. Pray tell us what the fuss is all about. The story we were going to recite had barely started. Tell us what's not right.
Majestic, mighty, valiant, no that's a start. King Barbarigmus was a fat old fart. He never fought a battle in his life. He owed his wealth and kingdom to his wife.
Fair Calapigia, queen of Golden Vale, with eyes like emeralds, hair like amber ale.
That much is true, she was a comely lass. What I remember mostly was her.
As you were there, Martha, please tell the first-hand story. Take us back as well to when that kingdom was put in its youth. Behind the legends, there must be some truth.
It's true that Barbarigmus was a king, a wealthy king at that, but here's the thing. The House of Golden Vale is what he had, inherited from Calapigia's dad. When they first met, I was a youthful clown. And he a prince. We wandered through the town. I came around the gambit, front and left the bouncing. Didn't start. Your Highness, what distracts your mind today? You haven't smiled once all morning.
Oh, go away.
You carry some great burden like a yoke. You didn't even like my chicken joke.
Of course I liked it. But look here, old chap. Why don't you just run along now and take a nap? I've got a little private thing to do, so bugger off now. Here's a bob or two.
But I was in no mood to take a nap. So my bush, I found a gap. I this little private thing that had so much preoccupied a king. And in through our bower so serene came lovely Calapigia, future queen.
Well, that's my lord.
A voice like polished glass.
Well met, my lady. Have a seat.
Nice ass!
Tut.
Tut.
Oh, fairest maiden.
Oh no, here we go. I listened in, he put on quite a show. Although it nearly made me sick, I heard every single sappy word.
Blah, 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 emeralds. Blah, 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 amber ale. Blah, 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 gorgeous. Blah, 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 wedding. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, how is your father, by the way? Blah, 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 sweetie pie. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, why yes, Bartholomew is a fantastic comic talent. You're right, my little sugar lump. Blah, blah, blah. Tiddlywinks.
I couldn't stand it. Time to go on. Oh dear, I just wonder what could be bought. With 2 shiny shoes, I did do a walk. I was jerking till I went to the pub.
The bar he frequented was owned by an elf. It said that Bartholomew's half dwarf himself.
It might be what of it, my favourite spot. A place in the old town, I went there a lot. And hung out with fairies and witches and ghouls, some distant cousins, some fellow fools. Before long the alcohol loosened my tongue. The words came out sprouting so loud and so wrong. I spoke of the tryst I'd witnessed and told. You'd swear the sunshine came out of her hole. A goblin behind me picked up on my words, and Din told his mother what he said he'd heard.
That the girl had an arse that was fine as the sun, so says Borborygmus.
The fun had begun.
The goblin's mother told all that could hear that the prince truly worshipped his fiancée's rear.
She gossiped with neighbours, a family of gnomes, and the story grew legs as it passed through their homes.
The gnomes told him.
And the imp told a sprite that he said that her backside was the brightest of lights.
And the sprite told a pixie, the heir to the throne, considers that bottom to stand on its own.
The pixie stayed silent for several days, and then told the birds they fluttered his way.
And the birds took the story to the angels and on, to demigods, saints, and the whole pantheon.
And once the quotation got up to the top, it had gained such momentum that nothing could stop.
Almighty goddess, queen of summer sun, a challenge to thy beauty must be won. By regent to the golden veil's decree, his girlfriend's bum is lovelier than thee.
Meanwhile, back inside the royal court, the wedding party, there was mighty sport. I entertained with my chips and my pranks. And Calipygia gave me special thanks. Meanwhile, a messenger so frantic and perturbed.
Take heed,
Said he,
the sun herself is here. Bow down your heads to worship and revere.
That wasn't loud enough!
Sorry, I should warn you. She's pissed off.
But in the eastern sky a light encroached, the goddess of summer sun approached.
Who shall challenge my beauty and heat? Who shall dare to compare and compete? Is my bountiful harvest, nor thrilling nor marvellous, enough for your mortal conceit?
O sun, divine, thy light that shines so bright, what mortal men could comprehend thy might? Thy daily birth outshines all earthly sights. Without thee, we are nothing.
Is that right? Borborygmus, your praise may be fine, but your thoughts do not seem quite in line with the word overheard by a bird, which referred to a mortal considered divine. Now just let me remember a line, as was quoted by close friends of mine. He defines her behind, as so fine and sublime, that its shine is more rosy than thine.
Oops, the penny dropped and I could see the cause of all this conflict might be. Oh, I'm sure his highness meant no harm. I tried to ease the situation, but he cried.
Silence, Chester! Who said you could speak now?
And for good measure, give my ears a
O noble son, the king would never dream in slighting me. He meant not to blaspheme. You are of great importance in his life, but every man pays homage to his wife.
Oh, but that's just it. Although my wife is fair of face and figure, I still would not dare consider her a mortal, nor compare thy shining beauty with her derriere.
He wasn't winning many friends that day. The goddess scowled, his missus turned away.
So you say, Borborygmus, and yet there's something you clearly don't get. I have many resources and forces, so showing remorse is your very best bet.
But I...
It's a buck that has caused you this storm, and I hope that your wife keeps you warm, because I shall enshroud my appearance with clouds till you stop being proud and reformed.
And with those words, she turned around and left. Her absence left us cold, forlorn, bereft, and with a strange foreboding sense of fear. I tried to brighten up the atmosphere.
And so we've heard it's a well-known tale, how darkness fell upon the golden veil. But tell us of the kingdom's sad travail.
It's cold and wet, a bit like Wales.
7 years, the book of legends say, the sun did not appear one single day. But did the king not try to make amends, appease the goddess for his grave offence?
He tried it all, consulting with priests, building shrines and sacrificing beasts. He studied scrolls of ancient pagan rites, performing them in cold and wintry nights.
You're wasting all your time and strength, you know, by dancing round and putting on a show. The goddess isn't bothered, and that's that. Well, lose these antlers, you look such a prat.
I suppose I must seem foolish in your sight, but I really am trying hard on to put things right.
I know I shouldn't criticize and scold. The trouble is, it's just so friggin' cold.
You know, when all those years ago, right here inside this palace, you and I made clear to one another, our love will last forever. That still stands.
Oh, Lord Berigmus, you're just being kind. You're only saying that to ease my mind. And careful with your compliments and praise. You never know who's listening nowadays.
So what if they can hear me? I don't care. My heralds can proclaim it everywhere. To men and kings and gods, let all take heed. My lovely wife is all the light I need.
The moon peered down through dusky clouds above. I'm feeling touched, such love. She sent a special envoy across the sky to greet her sister son and ask her why.
Majestic summer goddess, is it right to leave the golden veil in such a plight? Their king has paid you homage, can't you see? Return to them, forget your vanity.
And though the morning was still crisp and chill, and in the eastern sky a golden dawn did fill, and in the west a rainbow brightly smiled, a sign of man and heaven reconciled.
Though the gods may have valiance and might, we can only exist in the sight of the men whose belief brings relief from the grief and the woe of their everyday plight. But worship of God in the skies is only as right or as wise as faith in another, your brother or lover, whose light shines as bright in your eyes.
So though he may not wield the spear, a man can yet challenge his fear, and still be heroic, majestic and stoic, by standing by what he holds dear. The end.